own region Titans who are taller than all of the other players in their region, despite having also really good players in their region. I almost thought this was some clip from earlier, but obviously we haven't seen the two of them play.
Marckiemoo looked like he was looking at his phone. Okay, they're just in it.
All right.
All right, this
is leading with the Fate.
Game number 1. Yeah, it's
leading with
the Fate to start it off for Godly. On the other side, Marckiemoo, of course, with that Mordex, Gauntlets, V Scythe, so Godly doesn't have to worry about that mirror match just yet. Gonna go over to the Orb. Doesn't have Marckiemoo in that KO %.
Dude, Marckiemoo already put so much damage. He was like 20 seconds, and he already had Godly in the red. That's super scary.
What's the edge guard? Goes for the ground pound.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa,
that was a really telegraphed ground pound too. There's a gravity cancel down heavy. I really thought he was going to get punished for that ground pound.
Yeah.
Or at least like a weapon toss would come out from Marckiemoo to like interrupt a little bit, at least put a hitbox out there.
Yeah, I didn't think Godly was going to get away with that ground pound the way that he did. Marckiemoo still cleans up the stock though, down heavy.
Dude, the down heavy stock takes that we've seen this tournament, it feels like we've never seen so many, despite having, like, compared to a regular tournament, like not that many sets. Oh, okay.
Okay, he's good.
Bro, you just let him get back like that?
Yep. Would rather have the stage control. He's got the lead, doesn't want to risk anything too big right now. Meanwhile, Marckiemoo catching him with 2 side lights.
I almost feel like he's going a little bit use mode here, and Marckiemoo's just stepping all over him.
Got him with the recovery. That should be it. Yeah, Godly gonna fall there. Didn't even go for the gravity cancel down stick. I don't think he had enough movement afterwards anyways.
Yeah, super weird pacing towards the end of that stock for Godly. He threw out like 2 separate neutral lights on the side that did nothing after. Even whiffing that into the ground, I doubt it was a bait. I probably wanted to just throw it over the corner.
Ooh, see, there's that up toss to kind of cover above him. Godly finally comes down. Can he get this stock?
I'll have to go back and watch old Marckiemoo sets to see if he was doing that before. He certainly wasn't like earlier today, at least I feel like until we started noticing it. But I'll have to look back at old sets. Ooh, that exhausted recovery. I thought was going to get punished.
Look at him with the side air. He's got the weapon advantage. Marckiemoo, though, has so much space that I'm actually a little surprised Godly managed to get over here and get that weapon spawn.
Yeah, even though they're both on final stock, it feels like Godly has been playing catch-up most of this game, and he's been, like, on the back foot. Okay, he's finally going to... Okay.
Stuffed out the recovery.
The attempt at the second ground pound there, but Marckiemoo had a dodge. Yeah, see, like that.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, it, like you said earlier, it could be just mental stack, right? Like, Godly had to worry about the weapon spawn up as well as Marckiemoo. Weapon toss to open up. Neutral light, side air. Both of them in the red now. Who's going to get the final hit? That neutral sig's going to whiff.
Yeah, see, before he threw out, he did like the exact same double neutral light setup, but then he didn't throw out the side air after. He just did the 2 neutral lights and then nothing. Oh. Wow, okay.
Tough for Godly there. He went for the weapon toss, and Marckiemoo went underneath it, and I think Godly just wasn't ready to react in time, so he just got caught.
I would say, given how close that game was, I wouldn't necessarily expect the insta-swap on a Terrace. But there is the possibility of it.
I mean, he swapped when it was final hit mirror match against Use, so it's kind of vibes, I feel like. It's like, did he feel like that was a good enough set? And if you had to ask me, probably not, because Marckiemoo had him in the second stocks.
Yeah, there's the dodge away, there's the weapon toss up, and he gets punished for it. Ooh, 37%, pretty low. Probably it maybe around evened out between the two, given that Marckiemoo threw out fewer attacks but hit more of them, and Godly threw out more but hit fewer of them.
I'm so confused.
What?
Because Godly played Fate.
Oh.
So whose numbers are on the left and right?
Interesting, yeah. I was going based on the legend pictures and not the names on the bottom. I would say Marckiemoo probably threw out more attacks than Godly did.
Do you think Godly missed, or do you think Godly hit any signatures, or did Marckiemoo not hit any signatures?
That's a good question.
I don't remember any sigs hitting.
I remember a neutral signature from...
I know Godly missed a neutral sig.
Yeah, that's the one I remember. On Spear.
On Spear, what?
Not Spear, Side. Dude, this is one of those things where like it's the word red, but then it's written in blue ink, and it's one of those brain teasers. Okay, Godly did not swap.
Okay, sticking with the fate here for game number 2. Looks like it took him a little bit because we had plenty of time to talk about nothing, but now we're into game number 2. Orb starting off strong for Godly.
Yeah, I want to see some more Orb this game. And then based on how the Orb does, then if I were Godly, I would be potentially looking at making a swap over to Teros. Because if the workhorse Orb doesn't work for him like it is so far, Marckiemoo went really low after that.
Oh,
he went for the gravity cancel down heavy just a little bit too early, but he went with the down heavy, still got the stock in the end, but he went with the down heavy for all of the active frames, which is why he ripped it so early.
Marckiemoo with the big commit, went for that down air down there. Godly though, he managed to get that stock, didn't take too much damage for it, so his Orb definitely being kind of that carry right now for him.
Oh my gosh, okay, yes. Now we're seeing return to form for Godly. He looks much more confident in this Orb gameplay.
Nice, good spacing there. Got that side light side air. Ooh, down sig, a little bit of a risky move there. Locks you in place, and Marckiemoo gonna ultimately get the KO because of it.
No juggling coming out from Marckiemoo, just swapping over to the scythe, not the spear, as we've come to learn. Ooh, that's a big pickup.
Oh,
Chasing after.
Jump into it.
He almost got the hit with the weapon toss. He could have picked it back up. So it's going to be weapon star for just a little bit. There's the recovery, giving Godly plenty of room. Weapon toss goes over his head.
Nice.
GC and Light again, opting basically in the exact same spot that he did the unarmed GC down heavy on the right side, opting for the active frame option.
That was such an interesting gravity cancel neutral light, just because like I don't know if, because he was holding onto the wall, I don't know if he let go immediately gravity cancel neutral light, or if he let his character slip till it wasn't on the wall.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Because he was like right on that bottom corner. Side light, side air. Down air, not gonna get him. Nice two-piece though.
Dude, that's so scary. Getting hit by that two-piece when you're this far behind against high-strength Orb.
For sure. It adds up quick. Oh, Marckiemoo's disarmed. Another edgeguard opportunity, but a good recovery from Marckiemoo.
I think he was going in with the down air, but it didn't come out in time. Marckiemoo was too ready for it. Another recovery, sending Godly all the way to the right side. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh, that was so close.
The rare down heavy not working out, and it's going to be Marckiemoo with the gravity cancel down light. Final stock here, but Godly very healthy.
If Godly would have been flipped 180 degrees the other direction, he would have gotten the right swing at the right time in those legs to get the hit. He's going to be really careful here. There's the side air. Oh, that was enough to KO.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to have to pick up a side light side air or 2 individual side airs just like he did.
There was a decent amount of damage on Marckiemoo, but still, like with the speed that he was launched, I didn't think that was going to KO.
Must have been just enough, showing why he opts into the strength stance. All right, let's see, slow it down.
I think he straight up slid off.
Yeah, he slid off just enough.
That's crazy. I don't know how you, because that's like, I swear that was like frame perfect.
Yeah.
Here we go. Game number 3 though. Godly tying things up. Ooh, no turnaround attempt there. I thought Godly was going to go for an air.
When there's another weapon spawn, is Godly going to move over onto the orb and opt for that right away?
Likely. You see him positioning for it, but instead it's enough to make Marckiemoo swap.
Yeah, I think he's fine on Scythe, but like maybe if he has the option, we'll see when the next weapon spawn comes up. But yeah, Marckiemoo wanted to make the immediate swap over. Or maybe he just wanted to deny Godly and didn't feel like he could swap things out and get his weapon back in time. Okay. Recovery, same direction.
Ooh, neutral light catches him off the weapon bounce. He's swinging and Godly covers it, hits the down air.
Really smart to go for the down air there instead of like a ground pound, because obviously the ground pound goes straight in one direction, whereas like the diagonal can cover a lot of different places that Marckiemoo might be, especially when you gravity cancel a move that has movement in it like it does.
I also like, because I feel like it's got more range. Like it puts the orb further away from you, so it's a little bit safer, especially because Marckiemoo is going in with that gravity cancel neutral sig.
Yeah, you're going to catch a lot more, especially at that damage. You're going to get the KO no matter what. Nice strain coming out from Godly.
Decent damage here. Marckiemoo catches him. That was the dodge, and Marckiemoo still got that recovery.
Dude, the low damage gauntlet nair pickup, I'm always scared what's coming after.
Especially when you're close to the stage, there's so many different follow-ups they can do.
Nice maneuver from Godly to get away.
Ooh, Marckiemoo gets past the weapon toss, catches him with a neutral light. Godly back to the side.
This has mostly been a Gauntlets game so far for Marckiemoo. He started this one off site, but ever since he's made the change, they've been going much more even here.
Ooh, shotgun blast not going to hit, but the neutral light actually comes out quick enough. Another neutral light. This time leads to the side air. Not enough to KO, but the weapon toss might do it.
Oh. Nice.
Good coverage. Man, Godly's so good at recognizing, you know what, he's got one more option, and I'm going to cover it with his down air.
Yeah, his gameplay, especially this game, but also last game, but especially this game, has really been super smart. Ooh. Nice neutral signature after the end light from Marckiemoo. Evening up the stocks here, going back over to the Gauntlets.
Ooh, dare. Okay, Godly stays low this time.
Godly,
that side air.
He completely disengaged after that. Did not want to deal with the weapon disadvantage over on the edge against Marckiemoo.
Yeah, definitely not against Gauntlets. You do not want to be off stage unarmed. Sidelight side air. Backs up, hits with down air.
The like 3-piece potential from Godly and then the potential extension to like 2 more hits after that without getting any hits on himself. It's like so scary. There's the double side airs. Setting up for the ground pound.
And he didn't
Nice.
Marckiemoo able to close that one out. Takes game number 3 up 2-1. All off the back of those Gauntlet side airs.
And a super low damage game coming out from both of them. It was like 508 by the time things were all said and done for Marckiemoo. So really great KO efficiency from him.
Now do you think he swaps?
No.
No? All fate?
Yeah. I think he's locked into that.
2, 1,
yeah.
Okay.
I think he's locked into the Fate and doesn't want to do the panic swap, have to start, not from ground zero, but like, you know.
Yeah. All the reads that he had would be thrown out the window. Right now, Marckiemoo looking solid with the Gauntlets, though. That's what he swapped to, like you said, in game number 3, and his Gauntlets were pretty much the main carry. Sidelight side air puts him off stage.
Godly only has 2 victories so far. He still has this set to finish and then 1 more against Sandstorm left in this round robin. So victory here would go a long way, at least setting up the game 5.
It's a side air weapon toss avoided by Godly with that gravity cancel. Got that sidelight side air. As a result, nobody's going to get the hit, and Godly with the falling side air after the whiff neutral sig.
Something that Godly hasn't really been able to find anymore on Scythe, or like the end light insig or the side light insig when he's using Orb. Not that that was like necessarily the thing doing all of the work before for any of the Fate players today, but still, it's something that's just not in his toolkit anymore.
Went for a risky play there with that Scythe, went for that ground pound. Marckiemoo was able to punish it and get that stock. But yeah, like you said, like Godly earlier today, he hit like 3 Scythe N6, and since then has not connected. Oh, Godly chose right, went low when Marckiemoo read high.
Most of like the signatures period that he's been throwing out are just like gone. Like we saw the D-Sig like over on the right side of the stage. I think it was on a previous Miami Dome game. That's totally gone. He's not throwing the snipers out anymore.
Ooh, good spot dodge there from Godly to wake up into the gravity cancel sidelight.
Oh, okay.
Man, he went for the down sig, Marckiemoo with the weapon toss.
Like every single one of those he's been punished lately. So I don't blame him for just not going for it anymore. Unfortunately for him, that means he has to rely on other stuff. Oh, what was that sidelight?
He's got his pick of weapons.
Oh, that was so close.
What? The down heavy from Marckiemoo. Dash onto the stage, down heavy. That's going to take out Godly. Godly's down to his final stock here.
Dude, what is it with the break dancing today? Okay. Typically, we see the D-Light or the gravity cancel neutral heavy. Like that's a very South American thing, as they're not afraid to go in unarmed instead of waiting for the weapon.
Springs for dancing. Neutral light, neutral air, recovery. Marckiemoo getting some good damage built up. He is sweat beating. Godly with the stage control still. Ooh. 2 hitboxes, neither of them covered the stage.
Dude, I thought he was going to cover like a little bit more to the left side. So he had a little bit of overlap. Oh my gosh! He tried to steer away from it, and you know how that story ends. The ground pound steered all the way to the left from Marckiemoo's Gauntlets, taking it 3-1 over Godly here. Marckiemoo still undefeated in sets. He has 1 more remaining. probably his toughest enemy of the day, and that is current world champion Use.
Worth acknowledging, though, Godly did give